All right, so here's where we're going next, factoring another quadratic trinomial. This time the leading coefficient is not a 1, and you're not able to just factor out a GCF. Okay, this is slide 5. So we covered the ones where the leading coefficient was a 1. Now we're moving on to where a is not a 1. Okay, so it's still a trinomial though. All right, let's go ahead and pull this up. Awesome. So again, the goal is to factor it into linear factors. We're going to find two linear factors that will multiply back out to this. That's what we're after. So I know that this one and this one have to multiply to give me 3x squared. That's what they always do. So 3x times x is our only choice here. All right, that's the only whole numbers that will give us 3x squared. And then these two have to multiply to give us negative 3. So it's 1 and 3. That's my only options. Now, because this thing doesn't have, well, here, let me go ahead and place my numbers. I know it's a 1 here, and I know it's a 3 over here. All right, for two reasons, I guess. Because the original doesn't have a greatest common factor, there's nothing that they have in common. I know that down here, each of these factors within themselves won't have a GCF. Like, if I had placed the 3 with this other 3, they would have a 3 in common, which means they would have something in common. And that can't be true, because if this doesn't have anything in common, then down here these factors won't have anything in common. That's why I knew this 3x with the 3 was impossible. So that's why I knew to put my 3 over here instead of over here. The other reason that I know it works is because if I check this outer multiplication and the inner multiplication, that's going to give me an 8. All right, keep in mind I'm subtracting this time. So this will give me a 9x and a 1x, and I can subtract those to get the 8x. Okay. They're going to be different signs, and I need it to give me a positive 8x. I need my bigger number, so to speak, to be positive. So I'm going to make my 9x positive and my 1x a negative. That way I get a positive 8x in the end. Okay. We'll do another one of those here. I'm actually going to skip to slide number 9. Yeah, cool. Oh, darn it. You already saw the answer. Okay, so I got 6a squared plus 23a plus 21. Again, check for a GCF first. Most important thing. There's no number that all three of them have in common, so I can go ahead and jump straight into trying to factor this thing. Okay, so it could be a 6a and a 1a, or it could be a 3a and a 2a. See, this will give you 6a squared, and so will this. Okay. Just for the sake of argument here, I'm going to go ahead and try this method, and I'm going to try it really hard, like really try, but it's not going to work out. None of the options are going to make any sense. So for these two slots, I know it's got to multiply to 21. So it's either a 1 and 21, or it's a 3 and a 7. Okay, so if I try the 3 and the 7, I can't put the 3 with the 6 because they would have a 3 in common, and my original doesn't have anything in common. So it would have to be a 7 here and a 3 there. But if I try this out, like if I combine my outer parts and my inner parts, it's not going to give me a 23. This will give me an 18 and a 7. That gives me 25. All right, so it's not a 3 and a 7. So maybe it's a 1 and a 21. 1 here 21 cannot go with the 6. This is going to be way too big. 121 and a 1, there's no way that you'll get a 23 out of that. So all that tells me is that this option is off the table. Okay. So I come over here for 3A and 2A. If I try the 3 and the 7, I would have to put the 3 over here with the 2 and the 7 with the 3. Right? So this is going to give me 9A, and that's going to give me 7 times 2 is 14. 9 and 14, when you add those together, you do get a 23. All right, so that's how I know that's my answer. So the 7's going to go here, and the 3's going to go there. And thankfully, everything's pluses, so the signs are really easy on this one. Okay, they're the same signs, and I just made them both pluses. Okay. All right, that's good for this one.